Hi, if you're new to booking award redemptions, Flyingblue might just be the perfect place to start. They offer some great deals on award flights, and looking for availability is actually pretty straightforward, which isn't always the case with other airlines. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to book an award flight on Flyingblue, and I'm going to share some details on how you can save some money in the process. By the way, hi, I'm Mel, and I'm here to share my travel experiences and teach you the how-tos for free travel. If you'd like to book an award flight to Europe at a great price, then stick with me as I provide you with the step-by-step instructions to do it. If you get value from this type of content, I'd love if you'd hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it allows me to make more videos like this. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Let's start with the basics. What is Flyingblue? Flyingblue is the joint loyalty program for both Air France and KLM airlines. Members can earn and spend miles with either airline, and just like other airline loyalty programs, members can attain different statuses depending on how many points they have. But you might wonder, how do award bookings work? In order to book award travel on either Air France or KLM, you need to be part of the Flyingblue program. So the first step in booking an award redemption is to open a Flyingblue account. You'll need to have an account in order to search for availability, transfer flexible points, and book your flight. Luckily, joining is simple and very straightforward. Go to flyingblue.com and click Login or Join in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. On the next screen, click Join Now. The website will then ask you some basic questions. Follow the prompts and you'll be set up with an account and a Flyingblue number. This will give you access to both Air France and KLM. Once you have an account, the next question should be, how do I earn Flyingblue points? Earning Flyingblue miles or points is actually really simple because each of the flexible travel reward credit card programs work with Flyingblue. Chase Ultimate Rewards, American Express membership rewards, City Thank You points, Capital One miles, and Bilt rewards. So if you have a credit card that earns points in any of these travel rewards programs, you can transfer the points to Flyingblue at a 1-to-1 ratio. So once you have a Flyingblue account and you have points that you can transfer to Flyingblue, the next question is, how can I book an award flight and how many miles do I need? Well, Air France and KLM both use what we call dynamic pricing. This means it's difficult to know how many miles you need for a particular flight until you actually search for it. But luckily, Flyingblue offers a mileage estimator tool that gives you a good idea of where pricing starts for all classes of service: economy, premium economy, and business. You input your departure and arrival points and then click on Estimate. As you can see in the example, flights from Chicago to Paris start at 15,000 miles for a one-way economy flight. Premium economy starts at 30,000 miles, and business starts at 70,000 miles. We should keep these numbers in mind when we start the actual search because it'll help us spot the best deals. So how can we find availability and pricing for specific flights? Unless your dates are completely fixed and you have no flexibility, you're best off starting your search with Flyingblue's long-term award calendar. Some airline websites make it really difficult to find award availability because you have to search day by day or, if you're lucky, week by week. If you're looking for a good redemption, this can be really frustrating because you have to input your search terms over and over for each day until you finally find the deal that works for you. Flyingblue, however, actually offers a long-term view of award prices for any given search. This allows you to get a good feel for what award pricing looks like for a large period of time, and it allows you to pick and choose the dates that have the best pricing. However, the long-term calendar isn't readily apparent unless you actually know how to access it. So I'm going to walk you through the steps you need to take in order to get the long-term award calendar to pop up. First, go to the Flyingblue website, make sure you're logged in, and click on Spend up at the top. Scroll down past the promo awards, which I'll explain later, and stop when you get to Book Your Reward Ticket Now. Select Visit airfrance.com. You can book Air France, KLM, and any of their partner airlines on this site, so I keep things simple and I always use Air France. Once I arrive on airfrance.com, I'm ready to search for award flights. I choose one way rather than round trip because award pricing is the same either way, and I think it simplifies things to search for one flight at a time. Then I input where I want to be departing from, Chicago, and arriving at Paris. For the date, I want to see the long-term calendar, so I purposely leave the date blank. Don't pick a date. Next, I choose business class because that's my preferred way of flying, and I hit search. As predicted, I am taken to a long-term calendar that shows me the minimum mileage needed for each month. I can see that December, January, and February all show flights at 50,000 miles. So I select February and can then see all the dates within February that are offering business class flights at the lowest price. I pick a date that works for me, February 5th, and I'm taken to a screen that shows flight options and details. The very first option is a nonstop flight on Air France for 50,000 miles plus $201 in taxes and fees. That sounds great to me, so I select the flight, and I can see the details again, and indeed, it's a business class flight from Chicago to Paris on February 5th for 50,000 miles plus $201 in taxes and fees. So I found the flight I want, but how do I actually book the flight? Since it's an award flight, I need points in order to book it. So once you find the flight you need, it's time to transfer points. Let me start with a warning. Never transfer points for a flight until you know exactly how many points you need, because transferring points is a one-way street. In other words, once you transfer flexible points, you can't undo it. The points you transfer only move in one direction, and then you have to use them by the program that you transferred them to. So keep this in mind and only transfer the points once you know how many points you need and you make sure that you have availability there. In order to transfer points, you'll be asked to connect your flexible travel rewards account to your Flyingblue account, and then you'll be taken step by step through the transfer. The process is slightly different for each program, but it's always pretty straightforward. For example, if you earn Chase Ultimate Rewards and you want to transfer points, you simply go to the Chase Rewards website, ultimaterewardpoints.chase.com. Log in and then click on Reward Details in the drop-down menu. Select Ways to Use Points. And this brings you to a list of all their transfer partners. Find Flyingblue in the list and select it. You'll be brought to a page where you'll need to input your Flyingblue account number. If you've done it before, the number will already be there. Click Next. Then you'll be asked how many points you want to transfer. And then on the next screen, they'll ask you to confirm the number of points once more. You'll click Submit and the transfer will be scheduled. Each program is slightly different, but the process is pretty straightforward. So just follow the prompts and you'll be fine. The amount of time it takes the points to transfer can vary, so this can be the most stress-inducing part of the process. I've been really lucky, and each time I've transferred points, it's been immediate, but I know that there are data points online that show that it can take 24 hours or more. So just be aware that this is a possibility. But let's assume nothing goes wrong and your points transfer immediately. If that's the case, then you can go ahead and purchase your flight. It works the same as when you purchase a flight for cash, except you're paying in miles or points rather than cash. Do be aware that award flights often charge taxes and fees in addition to the points. Remember, the flight I found was 50,000 points plus $201 in taxes and fees. So figure those into your calculation when determining whether a specific flight is a good deal or not. Also, in this particular case, it's interesting to note that the amount of points we needed was actually less than what the mileage estimator tool predicted. The estimator said that the business class flights started at 70,000 miles, but I actually found a flight for 50,000 miles, so I feel really satisfied that I got a great deal. But I promised at the beginning of this video that I would share some tips on how you could save money when booking award travel with Flyingblue. So let's tackle the question, how can you get an even better deal? Deal number 1, add a free stopover. Late last year, Air France and KLM started offering free stopovers in Paris or Amsterdam. A stopover is a stay in a particular place for more than 24 hours. So, for example, if you want to fly to Berlin, but you decide that it might be nice to spend a few days or even a few weeks in Paris en route, you can book a flight to Berlin that includes a free stopover in Paris. And similarly, you can schedule a stopover in Amsterdam on your way to or from another European city. Again, adding a stopover won't cost you anything. So the flight would cost the same number of points whether you have a stopover or you don't have a stopover. In other words, the stopover portion of the flight is completely free. Unfortunately, it's not clear how to book a stopover online yet, so you need to find the flight that you want, at the price that you want, and then call an Air France agent to help you with the booking. While I know it's never fun to have to call an airline, I can confirm that I did this recently and it wasn't so bad. Maybe I got lucky, but the agent knew exactly what I was talking about and helped me finish my booking really quickly. The number you should call for now is 1-800-375-8723. but hopefully the website will eventually be updated to feature this capability. Deal number 2, Flyingblue promo rewards. On the first weekday of every month, Flyingblue announces discounted award travel for the month. The selected flights, which are discounted by 25 to 50% off regular prices, are called Flyingblue promo rewards. Some of the promo rewards are for short-haul flights within Europe, while others are for long-haul flights, including flights between Europe and North America. The required time frame for booking is the end of the month, but the flight itself can take place in a more generous time frame of 6 months. So if a promo reward is announced November 1st, 2023, you must book by November 30th, 2023, and take the flight by April 30th, 2024. The promo rewards are targeted for different classes of service for different cities. For example, this month Flyingblue is offering 25% discounts for economy flights to and from a number of major North American cities, including New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and Seattle. But they are also offering a 25% discount for premium economy flights to and from Dallas, and 25% discounts for business class to and from Raleigh, Edmonton, and Montreal. To see how this shows up when you search, I'll use New York City and Paris to do a search, since there's a 25% promo reward discount on economy flights between New York City and Europe this month. I'm going to leave the date blank so I can see the long-term award calendar. I hit search and see that many of the coming months are offering the discounted rate. The promo rewards are shown in yellow. Select a particular date, scroll down, and see that there are 3 options for me, each at 15,000 miles plus $63.10 in taxes and fees. If I select that, it brings me to a page that confirms that the 15,000 mile flight is indeed the promo rate, and you can see the regular rate right next to it. So select the promo rate and book. It's smart to make a habit of checking Flyingblue's promo rewards each month to see if there's a deal you might be able to take advantage of. Also be aware that the discounted flights are subject to availability, so you're best off booking early in the month. Deal number 3, discount for children. Award tickets for children between the ages of 2 and 11 require 25% fewer miles than adult tickets require. This is for all classes of service as long as the child is accompanied by an adult. And the discount is given automatically as soon as you input the child's age. To show how this works, I'm going to do the same business class search I did before, Chicago to Paris, but this time I'm searching for 1 adult and 1 child between the ages of 2 and 11. The number of miles needed becomes a total of 87,500, plus 402 in taxes and fees for both passengers together. This is because the adult ticket still requires the same number of miles as it did before, 50,000, and the child's ticket priced at 25% less, which is 37,500. Together that equals 87,500. This is a particularly good deal for families. If you have 2 parents with 2 children traveling, both of the kids can get a 25% discount on their flight. And in the case we were just searching, that would be a savings of 25,000 miles. So that's a pretty substantial savings. And this brings us to our 4th way to save money. Deal number 4, transfer bonuses. As I mentioned earlier in the video, each and every one of the flexible travel reward credit card programs can transfer points to Flyingblue. And normally the points transfer to Flyingblue at a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I transfer 1,000 points out of my flexible account, I get 1,000 points in my Flyingblue account. However, many of the programs often feature transfer bonuses when you're transferring points to Flyingblue. It's not all the time, but it does seem like Flyingblue receives transfer bonuses more often than any other program. A transfer bonus means that you'll get more than 1-to-1 when you transfer. For example, at the time I'm making this video right now, Chase is offering a 25% transfer bonus to Flyingblue. So if you were to transfer points during the bonus period, you get 25% more Flyingblue miles than the points that you transferred. Let's look at the numbers to see how this works. With a 25% transfer bonus, if you transfer 10,000 points, you receive 12,500 points. If you transfer 40,000 points, you receive 50,000 points. 80,000 points gets you 100,000 points. And finally, 100,000 points gets you 125,000 points. So if you consider the flights I found earlier in this video, you can see that for the Chicago to Paris business class flight, the flight required 50,000 miles to book, but if I transfer from Chase, I only need to transfer 40,000 points. And that's a great deal for an overseas business class seat. For the promo reward economy flight from New York City to Paris, it's even crazier. The flight required 15,000 miles for an economy flight from New York City to Paris. But with 25% transfer bonus, I can transfer a mere 12,500 points. It's finding deals like this that make travel hacking so much fun. And maybe that's why I love the Flyingblue program so much. As you can see, they offer so many different ways to save on booking award flights, and it's exciting when you can stack multiple deals when booking one flight. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. I hope I was able to give you the knowledge and the confidence you need to try booking your own flight with Flyingblue. Hit the like button and subscribe if you got value from this video. Also, comment below if you have any questions or if you have specific requests for future videos. And until next time, happy travels!